So how did Connecticut go from a state budget surplus before the election to a $100 million deficit after the election?
It is the big question Republicans are asking as the governor prepares to announce spending cuts to deal with all this sudden red ink. Chief political correspondent Mark Davis joins us live now from the Hartford newsroom with more on all this. Mark, how did it happen?
Hi, Keith and Ann. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. You know, there's a great old song titled, "What a Difference a Day Makes." Well, at the Capitol, many people are saying, what a difference 2 weeks makes. The governor will announce a series of spending cuts effective on Friday to help stem the tide of after-the-election red ink in the state budget.
I'm going to take whatever steps necessary, as I have in the past, to end every year with a surplus.
Before Election Day, the governor said that the state budget was balanced and showing a modest surplus. But now, 2 weeks after the election, the projections are that the state is running $100 million in the hole. Republicans say it was all planned.
They didn't want the voters to know the true economic picture of the state of Connecticut prior to an election.
2 years ago, the Republicans cried foul when the Democratic leadership successfully moved the deadline for consensus state budget estimates from October to November.
The governor and legislature moved the consensus revenue reporting rather than in October to put it out past the election for this very purpose.
Republicans are also saying that the solutions being floated in the Assembly to solve the projected next year budget deficit include raising taxes and not spending cuts.
We're in the very early stages of developing next year's budget, and we're not intending to raise taxes.
All the solutions that we continue to see is somehow for the state to grab onto more revenue.
The governor's budget director says tax hikes will somehow not be included. Can you say that the gap can be closed in the future without raising taxes?
Yes. That's it.
He wasn't running away from me. He had a meeting and he was late. And you may notice the governor sounds different. He has a very, very bad cold. Now, a spokesperson for the Democratic leadership of the General Assembly says that those reporting numbers were moved from October to November so that the governor and the legislature would have better, more up-to-date numbers on which to judge things. Republicans, of course, are not buying it. Do you? Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.